Alright, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to talk about Bill Clinton. Stay tuned. At the end we're going to talk about his sex life. Of course you probably already know what that is. So Bill Clinton. I analyzed Donald Trump, I analyzed Hillary Clinton, and while I was analyzing Hillary Clinton, I saw Bill Clinton's handwriting and I was like, dude, his handwriting is very interesting. Let's just jump into it. So Bill Clinton, he's a selective listener. He doesn't listen to anybody. So unless you are deemed important to him in his inner circle, not going to listen to you. Let's see here. Number 2, he's very smart. He makes decisions very quickly, pretty good analytical mind. Hillary is a pinch smarter than he is. He's also sensitive of criticism about his appearance. So he likes to dress nice. He's not going to look like a bum. Dude. Sorry, light fell. Cheap production. Self-deceit. Bill Clinton lies to himself. Self-talk. That's some type of coping mechanism. Could be positive or negative. Typically, it's like your parents' voice. So however they talk to you. Son, you can do anything. You know, you're the best. Son, you suck. Clean your room. You know, he's got an influence there from his family, his parents, that inner voice in him. So self-deceit. He's a politician. So he puts himself before others. And he also thinks he's better than everybody else. So what this typical politician thinks, what this means is, hey, I've got a good idea. Let's do this to America and make it awesome. And everyone's like, yay, that's awesome. We'll have whatever, less taxes, more taxes, whatever, for the betterment of mankind. But in the end, he's getting the bigger win. So he presents something that's to your benefit, but ultimately it serves his benefit. It's a politician thing. But in that, he is very critical of others. I guess you're being judged by him. So he thinks he's better than you, and then he's more critical of you than he is of himself. Anyway, interesting. He's selfish. There's several traits in there. His letter I looks like a butterfly for some reason. That's like a self-centered, selfish thing. Anyway, selfish. Likes to argue and debate. So part of having a fast mind, make decisions quickly. You know what you like and dislike quickly. But he's also able to debate those issues and enjoys the debate, the argument. Probably a good trait for anybody who wants to be an attorney. If you like to debate and argue, then there's something there for you. All right, we can talk about a bunch of other stuff, but the meat and potatoes of why I did this video was about his sex life. And I'm going to put up some of the samples of handwriting throughout this video. And if you notice, his Y's does the loop, it makes a triangle. So in women, this would mean that she is closed off, she's prude, protective of her body. Usually it stems from some type of a abuse situation, you know, don't touch me. But for men, it's like the polar opposite. It means they appreciate a good moral woman, but they have such a strong cheater aspect that they have that girl on the side. It's not like, I just gotta have another woman. It's the things he can't do with his wife because they're too perverted. He has to do it with the mistresses. It's a cheater trait. Like, it is so strong in his writing. Like, it pops up everywhere, these triangles. Even when they're rounded, you'll still see a triangular shape in the loops. If your husband has this trait, I'm sorry, but he's going to be way into pornography, and he's going to be way into touching himself, and he's going to be way into having other women in his life. The stuff he fantasizes about, he can act out with them. It's a perversion, and usually pornography is very involved. It's a double standard for women. They're going to be seen in public with the trophy wife, and then in private, they're going to have that, can I say skank, the whatever mistresses on the side that they can do the pornography type acts with. But they would never do that with their trophy wife because they tend to respect them too much. in some cases. But anyway, we all know what happened in the White House. I'm just saying that is a common theme in his life. So very, very interesting. And if a man has this trait and he's like, I'll never do it again, I'll never cheat on you, he's going to cheat on you again. They can't help themselves. I ran into, when I was in the military, I ran into a soldier that had this trait. And I'm like, dude, you are like a cheater kind of guy. And he's like, well, duh, I'm on my third wife. I'm like, dude, you're like not even in your 30s, you know? Like, he just can't keep it in his pants. Very interesting trait that's in there. So that is the triangle in the Y or G loop. Typically, the Y or G needs to be the last letter of the word, but anytime you see a triangular shape in the Y, for a man, cheater. For a woman, protective, a prude of her body. So anyway, that was the main thing I wanted to get at. But since we're talking about him, we might as well learn a little bit more. Anyway, if there's anybody that is interesting to you or you don't mind throwing under the bus, I'm more than happy to do a quick analysis on it. I don't know why it works, it just does. They say it's about 80% accurate, although some people are like, you are dead on, how do you know that? So some stuff is pretty solid with it. And for some reason, the subconscious mind, when writing becomes memory, people kick out certain traits in their writing that are the same if they have the same issue, trait, or personality. People in prison, 70% of them have this trait called a felon's claw. If you're a cheater, you're going to have a triangle in your Y's. You know, it's just, these traits are there and they pop. So anyway, for all your sexual perversions, it's in the Y's and G's. And it pops out at me so much, and it's easy to spot, and it's dirt. You know, dirt is fun. You're like, dude, got him, you know. It tells a lot, the Y's and G's. And it represents materialistic, lust, you know, your sexual perversions. If you're a pedophile, they do these little circle things in their writing. But it's interesting that you can see somebody in a different light, and they don't have to be talking, waving their hands or acting a certain way, and you have insight into that person. When people are writing on the chalkboard, I'm like, oh, thank you. Very interesting. Unsatisfied at home, huh? You know, like it just, things pop out. And typically I kind of keep it to myself and chuckle on the inside because like people don't realize that that's possible, that you can have insight into them. Now, I can't tell what car you drive, what cereal you eat, if you're rich or poor, you know, those things I can't tell. But it gives me an insight. Oh, you want to have material things, or you're showing a strong lack of material things, you know, so like you can kind of get an interesting personality glimpse into their lives. I've been rambling long enough. I'm gonna turn this off. Have a great time. If there's anybody you want analyzed, or if we can dig up some samples, I'm happy to do it. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.